Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back inside the betPARX studio. I'm Mark Feldman. He's Maniac Malloy. This is a Week 13 edition of Mark and the Maniac. And Maniac, we are heading into December of the NFL season. The games are getting serious. And on this show, we're going to go through three of the biggest Week 13 games. Excited to be with you, buddy.
I'm excited to be with you, too. You're sounding a little nasal. You all right over there?
You know what? They call me Mark Trooper Feldman, so I'm definitely
Feldman.
I'm a little under the weather right now, but getting through it. We got to talk about these NFL games, and after this pod, probably going to be sleeping the rest of the week.
There
we'll
you
see.
go. There you
We'll
go.
see
Sleep
how it
until
goes.
Sunday. Sleep until Sunday.
Exactly.
Get your strength ready for some sports betting on the betPARX app.
I love it. Well, speaking of Sunday, we got to start off with the game everyone's been talking about. We've been talking about this game since, honestly, last January in the NFC Championship game, and we're also going to this might be a preview of the 2024 NFC Championship game. It's the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The 49ers currently 8-3, the Eagles 10-1. The 49ers are favored currently right now at the time of this recording by 3 points on the betPARX app. This is for NFC bragging rights. Purdy and Hurts, Shanahan and Sirianni. I cannot wait for this game. Give me your initial thoughts.
Well, you look at the against the spread records, 49ers and the Eagles. The 49ers are 6-5 against the spread, and the Eagles are 6-2-3 against the spread. I think you got to throw those against the spread records out the window, especially for the 49ers. They had their little spill, their little stumble. And it seems like they're really back and really in good form. So off the top here, I think it is a disrespectful line for the Birds. I think it helps the Eagles for everybody to be talking about it early in the week and going to be leading into the game. And I think that's good motivation for the Eagles. Though, on the other hand, I'm a little nervous because the line reeks bet the 49ers. The line reeks out loud, bet the 49ers. They have had their moments in the past couple of weeks, the Philadelphia Eagles, and they've had some bounces that have gone their ways. There's had some drops that have helped them win games. Are they going to get that again? Is that what they need, or are they just a team that always wins?
Yeah, there are a couple things off that. One, I agree with you. I'm nervous about this game, and that's rare. The Mark and the Maniac don't usually agree, but I agree with you. I think the Niners are favored for a reason, and really, I think that the betting odds, besides potentially some Eagles injuries, I really think they're looking at the 49ers passing offense versus the Eagles passing defense. Currently, Brock Purdy is top 10 in the NFL. He's 7th with 19 passing touchdowns. The Eagles defense has allowed the 5th most passing yards. So you have Deebo Samuel, you have Brandon Ayuk, you have George Kittle. I think Vegas and I think a lot of the people who are taking the Niners are going to look at the Eagles passing defense and see that Purdy can throw on them and really have a big day. So that's one. And two, it is disrespectful, though. Even though I just said that, it's disrespectful that the Eagles at 10-1 at home, it's the first time in NFL history a team has been 10-1 this late into the season with a healthy starting quarterback in a meaningful game, that they're underdogs. I was shocked when I saw the line, and it started almost at 2. It's gone up. It's been more of a Niners line throughout the week.
And if you see that Lane Johnson is officially ruled out for the game, that could be another
skyrocket up.
That could be another half a point or another point. So you're going to have to monitor that leading into the game.
Who you taking?
I really think, like, obviously, like, my heart says go Birds, but my head and my betting head really says take the 49ers. But I can't lay the 3 points. I really couldn't lay the 3 points even if I wanted to, because I do if I saw that the 49ers were plus money in this game, if the 49ers were plus 150 plus 175, something like that, then I would be definitely taking the 49ers, because I am very worried about this game. But I do think the odds makers have it right, and I think it's going to come down to a 1, 2, 3 point game. So give me the Birds plus the 3 points. I'm not going to give a Birds outright money line pick, but I'll take the Birds and the points this weekend, and hopefully they go up. So I'm going to be monitoring that when it gets a little closer to Friday. This is going to be a big one, Mark.
I'm excited.
Now, how about this? Would you rather the Eagles win this game or lose the game and have like a little extra motivation going against them in the NFC Championship game?
I would rather the Eagles win this game, because I think if they win this Sunday against the 49ers, I think they pretty much lock up the number 1 seed, even if they lose to Dallas next week. This is a massive tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is head-to-head. If the Niners win, they're 1 game back with the tiebreaker with 5 weeks to go. So it's going to get very tight. I think if the Eagles win, they're have the tiebreaker. They're 4 games up with the tiebreaker. It's a massive swing game. I think the Eagles got to win this week, even if they're going to lose to Dallas, and even if they end up seeing the Niners in the NFC Championship game for the 3rd time. I think that doesn't really matter. Oh, like the Eagles beat them in 2022. I think it'll matter in 2023. I'm going to take the Eagles, though, outright. I think it's a high-scoring game, 34-31, and I think the difference is the Eagles' running game. The Eagles are 4th in the league with 17 rushing touchdowns. Yes, a lot of those are the brotherly shove, but that counts. That matters. That means you're starting at 1st and 9, and I think that the Eagles at home, they don't lose. They're 8-0 in their last 8 home games. Give me the Eagles outright, 34-31. What do you think?
One lock bet. Well, I can't say lock, I guess. One bet that I really
like.
A bet that I really like, and I'm going to like this bet till the end of the season. Hurts to score 2 touchdowns.
You bet that earlier in the year, and it hit.
If they get inside the 2-yard line, that's the play. That's definitely the play. Nobody can stop it. So give me Hurts 2 touchdowns and the Birds plus the 3 points. How about that in a parlay?
I like it.
Same game parlay.
I like that little SGP. I like that. So
you
got the Eagles at least. You're not sure of the final score, but you got the Niners not winning by more than 3 at a minimum, and you like Hurts 2 touchdowns. I have the Eagles winning outright, 34-31. It's gonna be a great game though. No matter what happens, it's gonna be close in my opinion.
Over under 46.5 points.
Over. Easy.
You're going to take the over.
Over, yeah, big time over.
Because I think what's going to happen is they're going to be able to slow down Christian McCaffrey, which could be my famous last words. But I think they are going to be able to stop him. The Eagles have only given up 5 rushing touchdowns this season. I think that if there is one guy that you're going to want to try to take out of the game, it's going to be him, and they have been proven to do that. They've been able to take players out of the game. And I think that you're going to see McCaffrey get slowed down, and I don't think that Brock Purdy is as good as you are making him out to be.
I don't think he's that good. I think Eagles that the defense stinks, passing defense.
And I think the 49ers defense is going to be really ready to go. So I think that points are going to be at a premium. Give me the under.
Interesting, okay.
46.5 points on Sunday versus the 49ers.
I do think a low-scoring game helps the Eagles in that regard. So even though I'm picking an Eagles high-scoring victory, I think if it's low-scoring, as we're both Eagles fans, from the fandom point of view, I do think that helps them. So that's going to be an exciting game. Can't wait for that. Now, a game that Niners and Eagles fans are going to be watching on Thursday Night Football. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking their 6-5 record, traveling to Arlington, Texas to take on the 8-3 Dallas Cowboys. It's pretty interesting. The Seahawks are currently 4-6-1 against the spread. The Cowboys are 8-3 against the spread. I'm excited to watch this game. I'll get more into it in just a little bit. I do think Dallas wins big. What are your initial thoughts of this game?
My initial thoughts are Dak Prescott is playing unbelievably right now. You can say all you want.
No, he is.
Dak is ass. People hate Dak.
We love that line.
And I think in the big moment, he will gag and he will throw it up. And I don't think he's even seen a big moment as he will have. And I think with what you're saying, if the Eagles do win against the 49ers, you know what's going to end up happening? All roads lead to a Eagles-Cowboys divisional round game at the Link. So we'll get there in a couple of weeks.
There, yeah.
8.5 points. I actually like the Seahawks in this one.
Do you?
Give me the 8.5 with the Seahawks, but it's all about Dak Prescott. He's thrown for over 300 yards in, I think, maybe 4 or 5 consecutive games. I don't really know, but he's been lighting it up. One thing about the Seahawks is they're known as a team that always has a really good defense. They're really a middle-of-the-road defense, if that, right now. So I like Prescott to go over his passing yards of 279.5 passing yards versus the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. I'm kind of not sure about the spread right now, but I would probably take the points with the Seahawks, and maybe this is a little bit of a closer game. The Seahawks are in desperation mode. They're the ones that need this win very, very badly. But I don't know. I mean, 8.5 is just too many points for me. I'm probably staying away from the point total. How about you?
Yeah, I mentioned I like Dallas big, but I don't think the over hits. I think I go with the under. Currently on the betPARX app, the over-under's at 47.5. I like the Cowboys 31-13, and I think this is a big Micah Parsons game and a big defensive line game for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys allow the 4th lowest completion percentage to quarterbacks in the National Football League. Geno Smith is a little banged up. He's got that tricep injury. He struggled last week against the 49ers on a Thursday night game on Thanksgiving. And the Seahawks have the 6th lowest rushing yards this season with only 1,054 yards. So it's going to be a rely on Geno Smith. It's going to be a Geno Smith game, and I don't think he comes through. I think Micah Parsons, give me over 1.5 sacks from Micah Parsons on the betPARX app. I like that.
Big game.
I think it's a huge game. I think he dominates the Seahawks O-line. And I just think they keep Geno Smith to maybe like a late touchdown. Cowboys 31, Seahawks 13.
Wow. With the score and all.
I gotta
well, you know, it is a primetime game after all, so you know what time it is.
The prime-time extra down promotion. Tell the people, Pat.
It's time to crank up that prime time extra down same game parlay promotion only on the betPARX app, where you bet a $20 or more same game parlay with 3+ legs and plus 300 odds. Win or lose, you're going to get a $20 bonus bet back. Mark, with all that we've talked about in this game, what do you think happens? Give me the first leg of our same game.
I'll give you the first leg. But this is a combo. This is a Mark and a Maniac
we're gonna combo together.
I mentioned the Seahawks are probably going to only have one touchdown in this game, but the touchdown they're going to have is going to come from DK Metcalf. I think that Geno Smith is going to be looking his way a lot. You got to go to your best targets in the big game. I like DK Metcalf in this game. The Seahawks can't run the ball. They're going to be forced to throw. The Cowboys defense is great, but they'll allow one touchdown. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown, is part of this primetime extra down promotion. What else you got, Maniac?
Well, you also said that the Seahawks offense is almost inept.
Yeah,
right?
It is, especially with a banged up Geno.
And they are going to have to throw the ball a lot.
Yep.
And I think maybe early on in the game, you know where I'm going with this.
I see it on the notes.
I think they're gonna stumble on the right side of the 50-yard line, and they're gonna be settling for field goals to try to keep themselves in the game. Give me over 1.5 total successful field goals by the Seattle Seahawks.
They get their 2 field goals plus the DK Metcalf touchdown. That's the 13 points. So we're going to roll.
There it is.
Good
See,
start.
we're writing the script.
Rolling. What
and
else
I already gave you the other one.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, he's going to go again for 300 yards against a weak Seattle defense. So take the over 279.5 passing yards for Dak. And I kind of like the under here, like you said. You mentioned it as well.
Yeah, same boat.
And I guess 47.5 under. And I think you could see a game like you just mentioned, a 31-13 game.
Do you really does anyone see the Seahawks scoring more than 17 points in this game? Short week, they got to travel. Geno's banged up. Yeah, they could, but I'd be pretty surprised.
So here's our same game parlay.
Tell them.
For primetime extra down. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown. Over 1.5 field goals by the Seattle Seahawks. Dak Prescott, over 279.5 pass yards, and give us the under 47.5. That's the same game parlay, primetime extra down, Mark and the Maniac parlay. Bang.
Final game we're going to talk about on this week's episode. We can't exclude the AFC, so we said, why not talk about Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football? Al and Chris, NBC, prime time, a little nighttime matchup as the Kansas City Chiefs travel to Lambeau, an intra-conference matchup. AFC,
The
NFC.
rematch of Super Bowl I.
That's very true. Look at you. Good history there.
Yeah, there you go.
Vince Lombardi is looking down on it. Excited for this one. Chiefs at Packers. The Chiefs are 8-3. The Packers are 5-6. Currently, the Chiefs on the betPARX app are a 6-point favorite. The Chiefs are 7-4 against the spread. The Packers are 6-5 against the spread. The over/under is currently set at 42. I don't know how I really feel about this game. I maybe want to hear your thoughts, and I'll give my opinion after. I'm a little torn. The Chiefs are coming off a solid win against Vegas. They struggled early, ended up scoring over 30 points. The Packers, we have our Packers-Bears bet. I really need the Packers to win this game.
So you're a little jaded in this.
I'm a little messed up mentally heading into this matchup.
Well, we know that.
Well, I'm messed up in a lot of things. But let's get back to the football. What are you thinking about this matchup, Sunday Night Football? Chiefs-Packers.
I don't think 6 points is going to be enough
really
for the Packers. I think Jordan Love is not the guy. And you just look at it this way. I mean, obviously the Chiefs are going to win, right? There's no way that the Packers are going to win.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
6 points is just a touchdown. I mean, it's not even an extra point. 6 points. You got the better quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. You got the better head coach, Andy Reid. You got a game where the Chiefs need to win. Obviously, they need to win every week, but this one is a primetime game. They're going to come right to play. They're not going to have what they've had happen to them in the last couple of weeks against the Broncos happen. They're not playing the Philadelphia Eagles this week. And 6 points isn't going to be enough. The Chiefs are 7-4 against the spread, as you have here in our nice little document. Yeah. And I think they're going to move to 8-4 against the spread. Give me the Chiefs and lay the 6 points in prime time.
You convinced me. I agree with you. Chiefs win, and they cover the 6 points.
I think that should be a 10-point spread.
I know,
and I think that I would even think about giving the alt line, moving that up to 10.
A little alt line, move it up to 10 on the betPARX app. I don't disagree with that. I think the Chiefs are going to win, and I think they'll win comfortably. Even though they're on the road, it'll be cold. But Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, nothing phases them. They've seen it all.
Guys.
And it's the Chiefs' defense. You mentioned that you're not a fan of Jordan Love. I might be a bigger fan than you of Jordan Love, but this is not his moment to shine. The Chiefs allow the third fewest passing yards per attempt at 5.6. It's going to be a lot of dump-offs to Aaron Jones if he plays by Jordan Love. It's going to be a lot of dink and dunks, and I think this is where the Chiefs on third down, they'll have a great pass rush with Chris Jones and crew, and then they have McDuffie and all their guys on the outside in the secondary.
Yeah, that makes me think about the Eagles-Chiefs game that we watched on Monday night. And
that
defensive line, that D-line
versus our O-line
versus
our
our
Eagles
offensive
O-line
was impressive.
The Packers O-line without Bakhtiari, who's been out for the year since week 2. Yeah, they could be in trouble.
They could feast. They could really feast.
Now, I do also like the under, though, the 42, and we're going to –
that would go in with what I'm saying. Like, I think they're going to control the line of scrimmage. Listen, it's like we just said, you know. They got the better quarterback. They got the better head coach. They got the better offensive and defensive line. I definitely defensive line. I'm not sure too much about the Chiefs' offensive line versus the Packers. But I think
they're good in the interior.
They're dominating the three most important parts of the game. So I could see them going under. And like you said, you know, the Chiefs in their last 10 games, the unders hit 7 times.
7 times. They play, which is weird when you think of Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, but
they're missing a lot of those weapons that they've had.
No Tyreek Hill anymore,
you know? They don't have
Mr. Butterfingers Valdez-Scantling. Thank you very much as an Eagles fan.
Boy, MVP of the
MVP of the Eagles. Being that.
So give us a primetime extra down for Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. We got to do it. We did it for Thursday night, but we said, why not do it for Sunday Night Football? Primetime extra down promotion. We have a little 3-legger here for you. We mentioned the under, and we're going with it. Under 42 points between the Packers and the Chiefs. We both like that one. I think that's really going to be a key moment in this game. The first scoring play, Chiefs touchdown.
Your nose is
I know,
just
dude.
dripping.
It's bad, dude. I was trying to. You didn't have to bring it up. It's real bad. Hold on, everyone. All right, keep it going.
Get a Lysol wipe.
Oh, we're gonna get it after the show. Here we go. Okay, under 42 points. You just got to go through it. You can't.
You got to power through. You're a trooper.
Power through it.
You're Mark the Trooper Feldman.
You started laughing. I felt it, and I was like, "We got it."
Really something.
I'll be honest. That made me stumble a little bit.
Yeah,
all right.
No shit.
But the first score. I can't even get through this. The first scoring play is going to be a Chiefs touchdown. We like the Chiefs, and we think they're going to win this game by more than 6 points. And I think their first scoring play of this game is going to be a touchdown. I think they start strong. I honestly think first drive is going to be a touchdown for the Chiefs. Boom, boom, right down the field. Mahomes is feeling good from his game as Vegas. And then finally, how about, speaking of touchdowns, Travis Kelce. Will Taylor Swift be in attendance? I don't know. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown, is our third leg of the primetime extra down promotion. Under 42 points. The first scoring play is a Chiefs touchdown, and Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. Find the primetime extra down promotion only on the betPARX app.
Taylor is going to be there because she loves cheese. She loves cheese. That's like her favorite food.
Does she? I know.
Yeah.
I'll rely on you for that good information.
And that's the meat and cheese packing, capital of the world, Wisconsin.
That's right.
Green Bay. So she's definitely going to be there.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm probably going to fade you and do first scoring play as a Harrison Butker kick.
I don't know. I just feel like the Chiefs will go for it on fourth down. They'll be, but we'll see. That'll be Sunday Night Football. What a great slate of games, though, for Week 13. Those are 3 big ones we just mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We got a really great weekend of football ahead of us. We got the conference championship games for college football all weekend long. Are you tuned in for that?
I'm tuned in. I'll be locked and loaded.
What game are you looking for?
You know what? The game I really like is on Friday night, Oregon-Washington. I think it's going to be high scoring. Oregon, number 5 now. They moved up. The College Football Playoff Committee put them at 5. Washington is number 3, correct?
Yep.
So 3 versus 5. Winning in for the College Football Playoff. I can't wait to check that out in Vegas.
It's a crazy game, that one. Washington has looked not the part, but they still keep on finding ways to win. They're almost the Philadelphia Eagles of college football, if you will.
Well,
and I think they have one of the best players, and I think he's not going to win the Heisman probably now because he just didn't ball out the last couple of weeks. But he can ball out at any moment, and it's going to be in a neutral setting. They've had to play in Washington with
Dome,
gale force winds and rain, and I think give me the Huskies. Give me the Dogs. Give me Washington money line on the betPARX app to beat Oregon in the final Pac-12
That's true.
championship game. I think Washington gets it done, and Michael Penix gets it done. Give me the Huskies money line. Any other ones you're looking forward to? Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah, I think Georgia wins. I'm not sure I don't know if Georgia covers the spread or not, but I think it'll be a close game. I think Georgia wins. I just think they have too much talent on defense. And Alabama, even though they had the miracle at the Iron Bowl last week, they haven't done too much to really impress me, to be fair. And I think Georgia...
That guy Milroe, he needs to really just let it loose.
Can Auburn rush any less amount of people in that play? I mean, they let him stand back there, order a cheese sandwich, speaking of cheese, have a drink, and still throw the football. He had so much time on that play. So
lay the 6 points, take
is that what
the other
6?
dogs, Georgia.
No, D-A-double-G.
In the SEC championship. One more I got for you,
else?
and then we'll get out of here.
Yep.
College football. Oklahoma State going up against Texas.
Big 12 championship.
In the Big 12 championship.
Texas still alive for a playoff berth, potentially.
Oklahoma State, not a great team. They're not getting much respect. 14.5 points is the line.
Uh-huh.
Texas, they've had their issues down the stretch here as of late. They haven't looked offensively that dominant as they probably could be since they beat Alabama. Give me Oklahoma State and the 14.5 points in the Big 12 championship game. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Wow, I got to fade you there. I think Texas is motivated. I think they're locked in, and I think they're one Alabama win away over Georgia from making the college football playoff. I think Texas wins. I think they win big. Oklahoma State cannot stop Quinn Ewers, and I think it's going to be like you said, a big Big 12 championship. Texas's final Big 12 game as they head to the SEC next year. And a lot of final games in these conferences before complete realignment.
Historic weekend in college football. And the other one I like in that game is the under 55.5.
Ooh, Big 12
If you like
under.
Oklahoma State and the points, you might like
under.
if you think Oklahoma State has any chance at all, you got to take the under in that game.
Well, we got NFL football. We got college football conference championship weekend. Happy December. It is now serious time. This is when football becomes real. What a game. Eagles 49ers is the main event of the weekend. Anything else before we head out of here, buddy?
I just want to I can't even believe the line on this Big 10 championship game. Iowa.
What is it? Michigan's favored by 1.5 million?
Michigan's favored by 22 points in that game.
Yeah, Iowa can't score, so.
Total points. Total points for Iowa right now.
Yeah.
Total points.
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah, I would take the over just because they're going to get one late touchdown when they're down 30. But
did you watch any of their games this season?
I watched when they played Penn State and they lost 30-0 or whatever.
Their quarterback is bad.
Yeah,
their offense is.
They almost lost to Nebraska last week. I did see that. They should have lost that game except Nebraska's even worse.
I was watching that one.
Yeah, that was
ugly. That was the one where the guys were wearing the punt.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Big 10
But you're going to
West.
take the over 6.5?
Over their 6.5, yes. Because I think they'll get a late touchdown or they'll have 3 field goals. And but Michigan wins big. Big.
They cover the 22. Easy.
There you go. College football, NFL football, so much to check out on the betPARX app. Also check out our promotions and our odds boost. Just stay track on all of it and follow us on social media at betPARX on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. He's Maniac Malloy. I'm Mark Feldman. This has been Mark and the Maniac, a Week 13 edition presented by betPARX.